I was playing Fire Emblem Fates recently. As I was bonding with my husband in the game, it got me thinking, does the marriage mechanic really matter? And is it just fan service? And if it is, does fan service in a game like Fire Emblem really matter? Let's find out. Let's go back to the first Fire Emblem game to be released in the US, Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance. You as the player was of course a tactician, but more than that, you were kind of put into the background to really just watch the story unfold and once in a while be the voice of reason if need be. So skip ahead a few years to Fire Emblem Awakening and you were part of the story as a protagonist. And you can now get married and marry other units in your army and eventually have kids to add to your army as well. So my main question comes again, does this mechanic really matter? Does it add anything to your game experience? Well, in my experience with the games, yes. I loved to have the opportunity to get married and start a family with a character, mostly Chrom. In the first Fire Emblem to be released over in the US, I felt like I was getting bored with some of the characters that were very interesting. I really didn't feel the need to get to know most of the characters as the story went on. So this raises yet another question. Does it add to the story? This is also a huge yes. For example, I would have never known that the character Frederick was scared to eat bear meat, or that the character Saizo from Fates was ticklish. Little things like that make you feel like you're in a much bigger world with not so many differences from the one you already live in. Is this mechanic fan service? In many ways, yes, it is. For example, right before I got Awakening, I found out that you could marry other characters, so before I got the game, I decided I was going to marry Chrom. Is it bad to cater to fan service in a game like this? I really don't see anything wrong with it. To me, in my experience, it adds way more content, and as it is a little fan servicey, you get to know these characters as if you get to know real people. You can relate to some of them and you can see their characters grow even more. What do you think of the marriage mechanic? Does it make the game more enjoyable for you, or does it get in the way of the main story? Tell me down below.